1, 2, 3.
Hammer!
So we begin. Now it has to be said, normal trebuchets, the ones we have here, would operate by manpower. Men in the wheels would operate the machine, or beasts of burden like horses and oxen. Today, our beast of burden comes in the shape of a John Deere tractor. But it's an old John Deere tractor, so it's not quite medieval, but it's getting there. Now it has to be said that the tractor's making very short work of this job. Men in these wheels are pulling this big, heavy throwing arm down. The box is raising up, and that box is the counterweight. Itself is a ton when empty. We've got about 2.5 tons of ballast. You can see Natalie now. Now there's an example of girl power for you. She's right on the edge. She's reaching up the iron collar. Off that collar is a loop. She's now placed a trigger inside that loop, and she holds it in place with a metal pin. She jumps to the end of the machine, and she puts on a chain to lock the throwing arm down. Now what we would normally do at this point is we get our men in the wheels, turn round, walk the opposing way to unroll the rope, uncoil the rope that they've wound on. What Natalie's going to do is run to the tractor and just untie it. She's a lot quicker, to be honest. Then what she'll do is she's going to run back, gazelle-like, and she's going to tie the rope off to the throwing arm and to the machine. And then she's going to set this off. Now between the two wheels, you now you saw it, there's a chute down the middle. And off that chute we actually place our missile. This morning we threw an 18-kilo boulder that way, just at about 170 metres. We get a lot further than that, and we can throw much heavier boulders. But we didn't only throw stones in the Middle Ages. We could throw rotting carcasses. Oh yeah, horses, pigs, cattle.
Yeah.
And just throw them over the walls. But that's reasonably okay. Sometimes we throw the rotting carcasses of men over the walls, or bits of men over the wall. We cut their head off, put that in the chute, send it over. If you think that's bad, it also gets worse. Because often an envoy from a place you're sieging will come out and discuss terms. You may not like those terms, so you just knock him out. And the idea occurs to you to actually place him on the machine, and then to wake him up. Just before he takes a journey of a lifetime. But of course, this evening, if you want us to, my favourite of course, is fire. And if you want us to, we'll throw a big, heavy fireball.
Yes, please.
You don't want a fireball?
Yes.
Yeah. Fireball!
Natalie, they don't want the fireball. Get it?
No, we want the fire! The fire! The fire!
You have to say, fireball, please, Natalie. On the nice and loud after 3. 1, 2, 3.
Fireball, please, Natalie!
Fantastic.
Thank you!
And of course, what we do with fire is we send it sailing over the walls. And when it goes over the walls, it burns out all that which is that we can get rid of. Wood and thatch. Everything that will go, that's relatively cheap. Stone may scorch. But stone is often a high status, high class building. If I'm taking over a city, I don't want to burn those places down. I want those places for myself. So I'll burn out all the hovels, or the oak beam buildings, all the thatch, and I'll leave all the high quality stuff for me. Fire is great. Great for social planning, it really is. So we can burn a whole town out with these things here. We often used quicklime as well. Hot quicklime, sailing over the walls, smashing down, and as the quicklime gets onto you, onto your skin, it burns as it makes contact with water. You be in great pain. Now Mistress Natalie here is doing certain things. She's tying off the rope, as you can see. She's got the fireball down the middle of the chute, and she's doing certain checks to make sure the machine can operate. The most important of which is actually the hook on the end of the throwing arm. You probably can't see it from here, but she's going to do a visual check to make sure that that's correct. If that's off by the merest of degrees, we end up with a misfire, and that means it could come this way here. Now she's done that, and she's preparing now to load. Look at that, it's in quite magic time. That goes on there now. And in a moment, she's going to take off the safeties, the chain and the pin from the trigger that you saw put on later. This means, of course, that it's the most dangerous part of the operation for her, because she's going to be right by the machine. She gets Aaron out of the way, and when you hear her shout, chain removed, she's removed the first of the safeties. Give her a cheer. But she's going to really risk her life when she says, pin removed. Because to take out the pin, she would have had to remove the trigger. I do not have the bottle to do it. She's kind of crazy. Here we go. Listen. Give her a cheer on both of these commands.
Yeah!
This is the big one.
Go!
Next command will be add fire. Aaron, our camp manager, jumps in there, sets fire to her. Don't worry, we can replace Aaron quite easily. He's fine. Now, Natalie's got to time it right. If she lets this go out, if she lets go too soon, the flames will go out. But if she leaves it in there too long, it'll actually burn the trebuchet and do it some damage. So you've got to do this right. Give it a cheer as it goes.
Yeah!
There it goes!
Yeah!
My lords and ladies, Natalie the Trebuchet Mistress! And those of you who do the archery, look where that thing landed. Right where we were standing. My word. Right, my lords and ladies, before we go anywhere, go! Start! Let's go. That way there.
Also, I'd like to note I met David Fink from racing here, so that's kind of cool to point out. See the camp pointing out real fast.
I got all of it.
Nice. I'm still getting it. Yeah, I'm my friend David. So. Yeah.